Okay, it's July 18th, 2012. It's part 3 of Webcam from July 18th, 2012, Reality Supreme Being. And I didn't finish because the other video, part 2, was cut off. I was disconnected. I don't know why. Anyway, and on a private enterprising level as well. And you know, these people take these ideas, especially people in authority, and they don't have to give credit to anybody. They can take whatever they want to. I've shared some ideas on YouTube, and that's okay. It's the ideas that they already know about. Now it's getting close to I have to go into the office and tell them that I have to go and put the rest of the stuff inside. I don't know what's going to happen when I get there. Anyway, bottom line to all of this is that you people don't have to be being like this. Life is too precious to be doing this to each other, to be so radical in your interpretation of contracts that you don't allow any variation at all, because if you do, that nullifies the contract. Not necessarily. It only nullifies the contract if both parties decide to do something about it. They've gone overboard on too many things. So, and like I said, I don't want to be in that place. I don't want any of my property there. Neither does the people that are with me want their property there. We've been looking and looking and looking, but we can't get any help. Nobody wants to help us find a place. I can afford, like last year, I was offered a place. I almost got out of there. Me and the whole family group, everybody. We were trying to. What we were doing was trying to get a whole bunch of homeless people together, people that have lost their homes, collectively pool our resources and rent a place together. But every time we go talk to these realtors, we have to lie to them. We have to say, oh no, only one person is getting it, so that we can just get into the place. There's so many restrictive rules in storage places. They ask twice as much money as the business place. The business place has restrictive rules. You know, you people, these business places, I've told you before in my other videos, they've been sitting empty. That building I showed you in part 1 of the video, I showed you that building over there, and I'll show it to you again. Right over there, that building, the Poly Group, just over that pickup truck, straight past the pickup truck, that beige building back there. See the sign there? It says Poly for lease. And like I said, that guy wants to he sent me an email. Now I can't get the email now because my emails are blocked. So I can't pick up his email. And my friend who does shoes was all ready to go in with me on it. They have storages there, storage, etc., and they have their stuff outside too a lot of the time. I don't see them getting harassed like this or their codes being taken out. No, like I said, storage, etc. is taking those codes out because they don't like me. They've taken a preference to somebody like me because I'm too controversial. I've got YouTubes now that I'm doing them. I inform them I'm doing YouTubes about them, that other people who are there doing the same thing, and they're not getting their codes taken out or any of that. Now what's either going to happen is one of two things. Either you people at storage, etc. are going to start getting a clear message that you can't mess with people like this. Or you're just going to take it out on everybody. And then you'll have people moving out. If the economy gets better, your businesses are going to go bad. Storage starts to drop when people find places. If I was president or dictator of this country, I'd definitely make sure there are no empty offices and there are no empty buildings whatsoever, and I would not give people any kind of tax write-off at all if their business is empty for more than a couple of months. If you got a warehouse and it's empty for a couple of months, you better rent it. You better rent it for any way you can. And if the bank mortgage is too high, then the banks have to be obligated to do something to help the owner hold on to their property so they don't lose their equity. I mean, I know how it all works, but yet when it comes to my labor equity, everything I've worked for the last 30 years has been destroyed over and over and over again. My stuff being auctioned off, my life being destroyed, my cars, my trucks, everything being taken, and all of it based on people abusing others. Like I said, not one of you have gone on YouTube and sent me the right email that says, hey, Ches, we're sorry this has happened to you for 30 years and that you're trapped here in L.A. or trapped in the United States, that no one in the world wants to help you put your stuff someplace else. Well, now it's too late. They've taken my cars, my boats, my hobbies, my motorhomes. It took the city of Los Angeles 9 years to take all my 24 cars, my 3 buses, my sailboat, 26-foot sailboat. Oh, I had everything a millionaire could want. Everything was secondhand, of course, and all I could do was, every time I moved someplace, people would bitch. Oh, it's an eyesore, you have too much stuff. Wait, Donald Trump has all that money. I call all that money an eyesore. It's an eyesore to have to look at all that money and not be able to do anything with it, not be able to touch it, because it's not yours. Hey, if my stuff, you don't like looking at my stuff, don't look at it. Well, now I hope you're happy because they've taken everything. You put me on the street. I didn't get on the street on my own. I have the money every month to pay whoever I need to pay, but you people are unreasonable. You're asking too much money for rents. The banks are asking too much money for mortgages. You deserve losing all the houses, all the foreclosures that have taken place and are still going to take place. You deserve losing your houses because no one stepped up to help me when I needed it. What comes around goes around, and that includes you, storage, etc. It doesn't matter who you are, business or private. You owe something as an obligation as a human being to help this planet survive. And you can't do that when you're abusing it by having too many cars, too many people living in a crowded city, it's just too crazy. I could go on talking about this forever and get absolutely no attention, no help. Certainly the media's not going to interview me, and I'll tell you why. Because I have a way of talking that will make the media look like the jerks that they are. You got people out here that work every day, that work their kazoo off to become a slave to their mortgage, a slave to that bank. Let me tell you, you can't take your house with you when you're dying. You're all going to die. One day, everybody dies. Not at the same time, generally, but all in order. And you can't take your house, you can't even take your money, you can't take nothing with you, you can't even take your memories with you, as far as we know. And you certainly can't take your body with you. So if you talk big talk, you don't walk your talk. If you talk big talk about liberty and justice and being fair and equal, well, let's see Obama and Romney meet me on stage. This is like the 10th time over a year that I've challenged them to a debate on stage. You know what? I bet their advisors have been told to watch my videos to see any mistakes I made. Well, the one mistake they'll make is one of my videos say that everybody contradicts themselves. What's the big deal? You make a big deal out, he contradicted himself. He must be a terrible leader. You can't choose him or her. Everybody makes mistakes. The point is, if they're capable of admitting making the mistake, tells you whether they could be a better person or a worse person. But you people take things to the extreme, and you overdo everything. So eventually it's going to catch up with all of you. Like I said, remember the Bishop Museum? The Tombstone of Man. You die on November the 13th, a Friday, in the year 2026 A.D. And how they figured that out was that the scientists at MIT had figured out if you keep using the resources at the rate you're using them, that includes the whole world. China, the United States, Russia, France, England, I don't care who you are, even the third world countries. You keep on pumping out that population number, you're going to end up with a world of hurt. So you can either choose to change it radically and elect people like me into office instead of these only abused people. Remember what I said? Only abused people know where all the problems are because they've been the victims of these problems. I don't see Obama sleeping in the streets or sleeping in an electric room or sleeping wherever they sleep or wherever they can. You people don't have a clue. And what's really sad is that I now have nothing. My cars, my boats, my hobbies, everything that I worked for, my labor equity, the saving of my labor equity was giving absolutely zero respect. I now have nothing. You've taken everything from me. Public storage, etc., all these storage places I was forced into, Porta Store in Ventura, everybody is responsible for taking my life away from me and taking the young years of my life away because you stole my time. When you do things like what has been done to me, I call that murder, living murder. You live it literally, murdered me by stealing my time, by setting wheels in motion that you did to supposedly take care of a problem that was your only way to do it. There are always alternative, peaceful ways to solve problems, and you people don't have a clue about how to do that. All you care about is using the resources and screwing people over that haven't made it. And people that are trying to make it, well, if they get in your way, you're not going to help them. Well, I hope the next big earthquake really takes out L.A. because I ain't going to lift a finger to help anybody. I'm just going to ride my bike and look at all the destruction and go, you all deserve it. I may even yell that right as I go through the street. You all deserve it. You all deserve it. And maybe after something like that, you'll then say, "Hi, Caesar, I'm really sorry we did this to you. Yeah, we set up our government in the wrong way. We screwed you over. We took your cars, your boats. I'm so sorry. You know what? I'm sorry ain't going to work because it's gone. Not even God can make my stuff rematerialize. I already told you that in one of my videos. You make me wake up 16 years old tomorrow, and yeah, I won't even do videos anymore. I won't have time. I'll be so happy that at least I can start over again. And yeah, I'll start doing the same thing I was doing the last 30 years. Collecting used stuff and building my Shangri-La in the middle of nowhere and then going out into the world and making the biggest think tank city in the world where nothing but smart people are there and the rest of you can screw the world all you want to. That's what you interfered with. You interfered in my 40 acres in Colorado. You interfered in me. You trapped me here. You building in safety. You the mayor of Los Angeles. You the president of the United States, whether it was Bush or Clinton, you trapped me here. I wanted to be building my own city, my own country, someplace else, and fill it with my kind of people, like what Moses did. You have done to me. If I was Moses and we traded places and I'm here, let my people go and let me go. You have destroyed my life. You've taken my health. You've taken my property. You've taken my ability to do anything or to correct the problems. You've taken everything. So the next earthquake, I pray every day that wherever I sleep that there's a huge earthquake and it just rips this whole LA to pieces. Yeah, I'm angry. I want it to happen. So I can see you people suffer the way you've made me suffer. And I'm not crazy. I'm smart. You were the ones who are stupid. Because you passed me up as a presidential candidate in the past, and you're still passing me up. And Obama doesn't have the courage or the guts to meet me on stage. Neither does Romney, nor Gingrich, nor any of them. Because they're all stupid. They're greedy, they're contradictory, and they're hypocrites, and they're Bilderberg puppets. Puppets of the money. So, there it is. So, yeah, there is going to be another earthquake, and I'm sure it's going to be a biggie. And when it is, I'll say the same thing I did when I survived the Northridge earthquake. Good. I'm glad all of you got it. Because, you know, when I was at the Northridge earthquake, I was still being harassed for the same things I'm being harassed now. Oh, you have too many cars. Oh, you have too many things. Oh, you have too many. What right do you have to tell me what I can own and what I can't? You're the people who have lost touch with reality. You're the people who have lost touch with common sense. Bad enough you came here to this country to take the land away from the native peoples that were here, and then when there's a war overseas, you send people over there to take care of the problem only because you are dependent on their resources. I'll end this by telling you, you are not a legal country. In order to establish a country, you need 4 things. 1, territory. Well, you got that. A European man came here from every country and took the land away from the native peoples. They even committed the first act of bioterrorism by handing out smallpox blankets to the Indians or to the native peoples. 2, 1 territory. 2, people. Obviously, you need people to be a legitimate state. 3, the ability to keep contracts, which you didn't do with the native peoples, and you don't keep contracts, not very well. And the last one, to be completely independent of foreign control. And let me tell you, the United States of America is not independent of foreign control. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in Afghanistan. You're not fighting for democracy. You're fighting for resources, oil, tungsten, hardcore resources, and the country's cheap labor of the people that pull the diamonds out of the mines and pull the resources and the rare earth out of the earth. The rare earth magnets, all the stuff that the natural resource that's needed from all these different countries. That's why you're over there. So, at 16 minutes, I'll end this video, and now I got to go back and work in the heat. And we'll see what happens.